I thought retirement would start on my last day of work, when I walked out, when the schedule changed, when the paycheck stopped. But something strange is happening. It's already started. And I didn't even notice it at first. Hi, I'm Glenda, and I am 75 days away from retirement. And I have been sharing this journey with you in real time, not as an expert, but as someone actually walking through this transition. If this season of life feels familiar, grab your coffee and sit with me for a minute. This is Second Act Studio, where your next chapter starts now. For a long time, retirement was this future event, a date on a calendar, a plan, just a conversation. Something I knew was coming down the road, but not something that I truly felt yet. And then suddenly, something shifted, not dramatically, but quietly. I started noticing little things that didn't seem important at first, but now I realize that they are. One of them, well, recently I pulled out my golf clubs. And that may sound like nothing, but it was something. Because I wasn't thinking about golf as some vague someday thing. I was thinking about it as soon. And that caught me off guard. Then I caught myself thinking about my studio, not just dreaming about it, actually planning it, where my desk would go, where I would film, where I would paint, what I would want Second Act Studio to truly feel like. And that felt different too, because that wasn't a fantasy. That was me mentally stepping into my next life. Then there's the yard. I have projects that I have mentally walked past for years. Things I've said, I'll get to that someday. And suddenly, now, I'm looking at them differently, thinking, I am finally going to have time to get that done. And maybe the biggest shift, work feels different. Not because I don't care, and not because I've checked out, but because part of me is already beginning to turn toward what is next. And nobody really talks about this part. The retirement doesn't always begin the day that you leave your job. Sometimes it starts quietly, while you are still showing up every single day, in your thoughts, in your habits, and what starts pulling your attention, and what begins to matter. And honestly, that's emotional in a way that I did not expect it to be, because suddenly retirement isn't just a date on that calendar anymore. It's becoming a feeling, and that makes all of this feel very, very real. So if you're in this season too, have you noticed it? That quiet shift, the subtle turning towards what's coming? Because I really thought retirement started later. And apparently I was just wrong. So if you're walking through this too, I'd love to have you here as I keep sharing this journey in real time. This is Second Act Studio, where your next chapter starts now. And if this resonates with you, please watch this next video